Hello and welcome to OpenLogic by Perforce. Today I'm joined by Brian Clemens from RHEL Linux and the RHEL Enterprise Software Foundation. Brian, thank you so much for joining me. For viewers who don't know who you are, could you please give us a little introduction?
Yeah, thank you for having me. So I'm Brian Clemens. I'm the vice president of the Rocky Enterprise Software Foundation, and I'm the program manager for the Rocky Linux project. Um,
Great. Thank you so much. Well, back in early June, we had a great chat with Greg Kurtzer from RHEL Linux. Javier, he was joined with Javier, our open source evangelist, and Benny from Alma Linux. The premise of that webinar was to talk about the enterprise Linux landscape and really, especially with the CentOS 7 going end of life, kind of where to go from here. 2 weeks after that webinar, Red Hat made an announcement where they changed their source code availability for their RHEL, the Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Tell us a little bit about that change and how it affected Rocky Linux.
so the most visible part of the change was that Red Hat stopped making the RHEL source code available on git.centos.org and GitLab. Uh, the RHEL source code was previously available there under the C8, C9, C7 tags, etc. And now all that remains is the CentOS stream source. There were some smaller parts of or some smaller changes that happened as part of that, including a feed that we use to keep watch of changes of RHEL source code was no longer updated, et cetera, et cetera. And that's something that we're not particularly unused to. For example, Red Hat has previously tried to prevent us from retrieving errata from the systems before. So trying to deny us access to systems is just par for the course. Um, Actually, these changes happened before the announcement, and we weren't sure if it was just a mistake. So we had already sort of manually adapted to those changes, and we're just exploding source RPMs in order to get the source beforehand. And after the announcement, we had it automated shortly. So you essentially had no impact on our ability to remain one-to-one compatible.